Hello everyone and welcome to Friday. Up and moving early this morning. We got a phone call. It wasn't in the middle of the night. It's not like it was at like 7. It was before we would wake up, but it doesn't count as the middle of the night. And it was from Costco, who was delivering our washer and dryer today. And the good news is they are delivering the washer and dryer today. And unlike a lot of other places which give you a very wide window, they actually give you a window of just 2 hours. So they're going to be here today between 1:30 and 3:30. So we've got a few hours. We're eating some lunch now. We have to clean up the laundry room because it's where the cats use the bathroom, so there's like litter and stuff everywhere. We're going to clean that up. We also have to take that top shelf out because we're going to be stacking the units, so we'll still have some space in there. So we're going to do all that right after we eat some lunch. And then a little bit later, we're actually going to be doing a gaming stream, which is exciting. I still have to set that up, but even if they arrived at like 3:30, even if it was as late as they came, like I would still have plenty of time to work on it, so things should be fine. It should be a pretty good day. My lunch is toast. I mean, technically it's peanut butter sandwiches, but even when it's not breakfast stream, I'm eating a lot of toast. All right, so I've made a big path from the front door all the way over here because the door that comes in from the garage is more narrow than the front door. So, well, that'll just give him more room to work with. So that's why I did that. We learned that from the refrigerator. So now I've vacuumed in here. Mal's gonna do the floors, but first I gotta get rid of that shelf.
It's a wall anchor.
Here you go. So now this just lifts off, in theory.
In theory.
Well, it's a good theory. I need you to make sure this doesn't like fall. Come on, buddy, come on. Yeah, there we go. Ha-ha! Cool. Took about half an hour, but it's done. Check it out. We got both the washer and the dryer here. And they're full size, but instead of being put next to each other, which would have eliminated any room for the litter box, they're stacked. So we had to remove this, which we showed earlier, but we'll try and find a shelf that we can put up here. And the thing is going to go here, but we just had to put that there, so it's going to take a while before they'll stick. But yeah, what do you think, Mal?
Cool.
Mal's the one that did all the research to figure out like which ones to get. I wasn't involved with that, but she looked into it and decided to get these LG ones. I don't know the model numbers. I could not tell you, but they look like this. Again, highly recommend if you have a Costco membership, considering Costco, because we looked at Lowe's, Home Depot, Sears, an appliance store, and then finally Costco, and Costco beat the price of the other ones by hundreds of dollars. So now, I guess that would be my suggestion, is to check there. What?
We had a great experience with delivery. From what I've read, not everyone does.
With Costco?
Yeah.
Oh.
The other thing is when I looked at fridges for them, because this fridge was not from Costco.
Yeah.
The fridges were more. They didn't have like baseline fridge models.
Well,
They had baseline washer and dryers.
These were a lot cheaper, and the other consideration is that they also included installation, whereas a lot of the other ones didn't, or they did asterisk, where they did, but you had to buy all of the little accessories to make things work from them. And Costco was like, oh, we'll just give you those, and also it'll be a lot cheaper. So something to consider if you're looking into getting an appliance. Check Costco, even if you don't have a Costco membership. If you're going to save several $100s, it would be worth it to get a Costco membership for a year, buy the stuff, and then not renew it. So be sure to look at your options because this was a lot cheaper, and that's exciting. The other thing that's blowing my mind right now is how quiet these are. These are both running.
No, washer's not.
Well, it was, and it was quiet. It was running. Yeah, they're both remarkably quiet.
Ours, they had a deal for Memorial Day that you could either do like the pedestals, or the stacking kit, or a pedestal and stacking kit for basically a lot cheaper still, even with those things than we were seeing at other places with the same model.
Yeah.
So we were excited.
But the other ones that we had were very loud, very, very loud. But also they were very old. They were purchased used. They were purchased very, very, very cheap. And these are new and nice, and it's exciting. And the old ones actually we had in the garage, and they hauled them off for us, which was another benefit of Costco. The delivery was free, the installation was free, all the accessories to install the stuff was free, and the haul away was free. So the old ones are gone, the new ones are here, the new ones are quiet, the new ones are stacked. There's room for the cat box still to be in that room because that's really the most ideal place in the entire house for that. I feel good, Mal.
Now I did consider a 2-in-1,
Where
where it's just the one, like just the washer, but it also dries.
Yeah.
And that would have been cool and space saving, but I hear the dryers don't dry very well. You really need a true dryer that has a vent, and it's way too humid here to dry outside.
Yeah. So I'm happy. I mean, I can't speak super well of those washers and dryers because we've literally never used them. So if you're curious how they perform, come back in a few weeks. I mean, stay. Keep watching videos in the meantime, but that's around the time that we'll probably be able to give an update about how they're doing. And then the real test will be like in a year or two. Are they still working? Are they still working correctly? Are they doing their jobs?
Also, Costco had a better warranty.
Yeah, Costco did have a better warranty. So, yeah, Costco's pretty good. Something to look into. All right, now I need a shower, which is why I've been wearing a white shirt this morning. Gonna get one of those and then start preparing for the stream tonight. Immediately, I just know. And that
You gonna switch?
Yes. Check this out. Like magic. Like freaking magic. And Mal, I'll let you look at that, and I'll move the mouse because for whatever reason, this game doesn't support the thing where it just detects that the map is gone. Hey, buddies. Where's your good boy? Yeah. Where's your sweet boy? Well, sometime later, we have done it. We did our first gaming stream in the house. And it was exciting. It was a new space, and while this isn't exactly how everything's going to be set up, it did, bless you, it did give me a chance to get an idea of how something like this would go. So this is our space. One of the big problems I have, and I'm going to have to try and figure out, is when we're sitting here, and this is a problem for breakfast stream too, but not as big of a deal. When we're sitting here, this is about like eye level. You can see that the camera actually covers up the bottom part of the screen. Not a big deal for breakfast stream. Kind of a bigger deal when you're playing a game because there's HUDs and stuff. The solution that I've proposed for this is that we raise the television up. Right now, it's as high as it'll go on that rail. But if there was some other way we could like artificially raise it, it would solve all our problems. Because like you can see how tall it is. And if this was like up here, it would be fine. That being said, I still hate this television because the bezel is so bad that you can't see literally 5% of the screen, which makes it hard also with video games because of the HUD, but for now it's fine. But yeah, the stream went well. I took one of those spare monitors and just put it down here so we could read chat and alerts down here. And I had set up a new look for everything, which you guys saw because I showed you a clip in just a second ago. So I didn't spend a lot of time on the layout, but I made a layout, which is a little more than I can say I've done in the past for these sorts of things. And it was just a lot of fun. One of the things I noticed that was a little unusual, and this is a little technical that most of you probably won't care about, but The card in the computer that we normally stream with is the Elgato HD60, or HD60 Pro. It's a PCI card. And normally we have the Blackmagic connected to that, and that's how we do breakfast stream. Today, because we needed an additional card for the game, for the PC that was running Baba Is You, I hooked the Blackmagic up to the cam link. So I used the cam link on that, and then I hooked the computer up to the HD60 Pro. Well, the colors on the Blackmagic seemed a little off, just partially. In fact, it almost looked as if we went from the full RGB range to partial. But the thing is, when you try to change the settings on it in OBS, there aren't that many settings. If you change the settings on the HD60 Pro, there's a lot of settings that you can alter. And on the Cam Link, there's not. They just don't exist. So I'm wondering if it's actually like a legit limitation of the Cam Link. I thought that they would have performed the same in terms of color and RGB output, and I don't know if they do, to be honest, because when we looked a little more pale, I think. I think the color wasn't as contrasty as it normally is, so I'll keep that in mind, and maybe when we do our next gaming stream, I'll swap out some of the stuff. Like, instead of using the cam link, I'll hook the Blackmagic back into its normal thing, and then hook up a game to an HD60S or something. Of course, one time we did that, we had some weird stuttering problems with the screen going black. I think that was for Puyo Puyo Tetris, wasn't it? Yeah. Technology. Don't you love it? Especially when the tech issues only show up every little bit. So when you do a test for like 20 or 30 minutes, it doesn't show up, and you're like, oh, this is fine. Then you get into the real thing, and it happens. You're like, oh, cool. There's no way to fix it now because we're live. I guess it's one of the fun joys of doing Twitch over doing something like YouTube, where you can just get everything perfect before you release it. Anyway, it was fun. We had a really great evening, and it kind of gave me a look at what's to come when we eventually have this room complete. And I got my actual desk Tuesday, and everything's set up, and the wires aren't just thrown everywhere, but they actually have purpose and they're in the right places. Like, this will be really cool, and I am looking forward to doing streaming a little more often. Now, the room isn't the bottleneck there. The bottleneck is me. I want to get caught up on vlogs. I want to make good progress on the old timeline and Fallout. So I want to do all these things and have my life in order before I dive into streaming. But it's nice to at least dabble, and it's nice to have a setup for it that is better than our living room in the last house. So I'm happy about that. Anyway, I think that's it. I'm pretty sure Mal finished her video. Pretty sure, or at the very least has the time lapse done. So I probably have to go look at that. Otherwise, we're gonna go to bed because it's already really late, and there's even more things to do tomorrow. Let's be back tomorrow, shall we?